look like in terms of the gateway to 4.0 is in fact powered by two suits. So you will see the why, the what and why, the industry 1.0 to 4.0, the visions of 4.0, the impact, how do I do it, how do I start my industry 4.0, and of course at the end this is where the start of your journey. Okay? And we also have live demonstration, so like smart logistics solution to really look at the smart technology that is meant for your warehousing. We look at collaborative robots as well. Sandbox, so some of the sample topics and speakers represented by the companies as well. So these are some of the sample topics. And this is the tracks that cover 11 sites. So some of the delegates might be very interested to look at some of these solutions. So for example, Singapore, our government agency called ASTAR, Agency for Science and Technology and Research. We have two areas, the model factory at SIMTEC and Advanced Green Manufacturing and Technology Center. These are what we call the smart factory showcases. So a lot of companies might be keen to understand, what Singapore is doing, and what are the R&D solutions in place in order to prepare for a smart factory. So with that, I will pass on to Emily also to share a bit more about the hosted buyer program. So it's very exciting because we also put in place programs to bring in the buyers. So same goes to Philippines. We would like to have buyers from Philippines, manufacturers, to visit our show next month. And we have especially designed what we call the hosted buyer program for this group of people as well. So I will invite Emily, my expert here, to share a bit more.
Thank you, Henry, and everyone's attention. So I believe Henry already shared the exciting part of the event. And we put in a lot of effort to make sure we get in all the important stakeholders put together, from content all the way to the showcase. And we cannot miss out all the buyers that we can get or learn from the platform itself. So for a start, we think that it's important to get in all the buyers, or minimally for a start to get in them to be involved. So we invested to fly in this group of buyers to make sure they are the one that can start to spread the words, and in our next edition onwards, people are more educated and know how to go about and start to plan out how their processes can be developed further through the vendor, through the players that they meet at the event. So this program is mainly to benefit the manufacturer that are already in the midst of thinking to implement certain things. So like Juliet is one of them that has started talking about it. So we, in fact, I immediately have shared with her, she can help to spread the words to the association in their members, to get their members to, especially those that looking into such direction, to come and visit the show. We can cover all the way from air ticket to the 2-night stay at the event, and there is a concierge team to help to fund, to help them to plan who to visit at the show. Many times when this is a new area of things, people are lost in the exhibition because there's so many things to see. You're thinking, oh, I need to spend a good time, especially your travel from an overseas. In order to do that, there will be a concierge team that help to match what buyer want to see, the needs, with what our seller on the floor catered to exactly. There's 3 stages of different level, each of them fall under. And many of the vendors, they might only cater to certain stage of them. So how to better match? We, the concierge team, back end we know who seller sell to and who buyer want to see, we match for them. This service is not restricted to only buyer. All overseas attendees, including local attendees at the show, they can go straight to our business meeting hub, our business ambassador, to get such support. So for buyers, in order to make sure your time fully maximized, we are going to plan out 2 days activity for you to meet who you want to meet. So these are the kind of benefit that we want to encourage to drive all the industry to come.
So just to add on to what Emily had shared, not just to the buyer in this case, We are also expanding to trade associations, so like semiconductor, food association, where your members, like what Emily has mentioned, you think that they are ready, forward thinking, they would like to understand more about Industry 4.0, maybe not now, but in the next 3 to 5 years, you want to start implementing, we welcome you to be part of this hosted buyer program. The next thing is also, for example, to the media, if you have friends, anybody who is into the manufacturing space, you can also recommend them that, hey, we have this hosted buyer for them. And of course, to the exhibitors like Bosch, again, I reinforce because exhibitors, you have your customer in this region. So if you know of any customer, let's say even in Philippines, again, forward-looking, looking at Industry 4.0, why not get them as well? Go to Singapore, take a look at what is happening in Singapore and what are the latest solutions, not just from Bosch, but of course from the rest of the brand, because this is one and only event that brings 200 over companies coming together to showcase all their brands into 4 various exhibit profiles. So this ticket is actually extend to all, in a nutshell. But of course, we in the nutshell, when we extend to all, what we want is really the real hosted buyer who is into the manufacturing space. Okay? And of course, lastly, I would like to end off with what is the whole curation about industrial transformation Asia Pacific. This is a total experience, specially curated again for the needs of the regional target audience, in this case, Asia Pacific region, but of course focusing for a start more on the Southeast Asia market. And of course, the key takeaway is to help, to assist them to start thinking, and once they are agreeable to start doing something about their transformation journey, is to scale up their business processes. And once they scale up, is also to make sure that we can sustain their transformation journey. Right? And of course, again, there I'll leave it to the expert like Bosch, to tighten up this whole journey, because we are only an event consultant. We are not the expert in terms of industrial transformation. Yeah. And Walker, do you want to have some? Yeah.
Thank you, Henry. Industrial transformation is very key for your future. And if you think of Bosch, we're known to be automotive, power tools, security systems, or Rexroth hydraulics. We are going through a major transformation with our company, digital transformation. Bosch is going to be a leader in the Internet of Things, and sensors, software, and services. That's the name of the game in the future. In fact, Bosch, in its over 100-year history, is putting its biggest investment ever, over €1 billion, in a wafer fab plant in Dresden, Germany, because the demand for sensors for things like Industry 4.0 is just exploding. So not only that, we're spending over 300 or 400 million euros on artificial intelligence. So Industry 4.0, when you start putting sensors on your machines or on your processes and you start gathering information, you can learn so much more about your processes and what's happening. You can predict when things are going to fail so that you can do predictive maintenance. You can do condition monitoring. You can logistically track things through your plant and have real-time data. Your supervisors on the shop floor can get real-time data displayed in a usable format, which, instead of someone going around collecting data or just looking at, say, a control chart, this data can be displayed and you can get information to all your supervisors and management in a real-time basis. So all that is enabled by Industry 4.0 through sensors, through the Internet of Things, the IoT gateways, and this is a very important topic for the future of your manufacturing plants. And in the Philippines, I'm proud to say we already have one project going with some predictive maintenance with a big cement manufacturer here in the Philippines. That's the first project we have here. And that just launched in the last 2 months. So if you have any questions regarding Industry 4.0, please come see us and my team. Thank you. And please support this mesa.
Thank you so much. So if you have any other further questions, maybe during the networking itself, feel free to mingle around. You know where you are, who you are.